YouTube! Welcome to Trip Boomer's Tech-Bodge Emporium. I'm your host, Trip Boomer. In this one, on a follow-up on the trip of seeing whether 3060 can enjoy RT, and in addition to the series of me showing you my optimized settings for RT in certain games and settings in certain games, we're going to have a look at Indiana Jones, and I'm going to show you what I recommend setting wise to use for anything that's like a 12 gigabyte card or more. I'll show you why. I'll explain that as we go into it. But should we have a look at what's going on in the system first? Let's go. Right. Okay, guys. I am using a RTX 3060. I am manually overclocking it. I'm giving it an extra just over an extra gigahertz on the memory, and it's about 230 to 250 plus on the clock speeds. It is a Inno 3D twin version of the card. It is custom modded with Noctua NFA 9s, and the rear backplate is incorporated as a secondary heatsink for the VRAM and the back of the die. Going into the game now, I am overriding the DLSS to preset K, although I will say that when I did test the two together, the exact same performance really. I didn't see much in the way of performance difference. Right, should we have a look at the settings? Alright, okay guys, we'll just quickly shoot through the settings here. So, we're using borderless window, 1440p, full screen mode. I use 100 field of view. I feel like it gets a little bit curvy after that, but obviously if you've got like an ultra wide or something, you can extend that. VSync off. I just max out the FPS limit, not that we're going to go anywhere near that at all. Again, 3060 at 1440p. Don't get too excited. I turn off the motion blur. I turn off chromatic abrasion because I don't like that. I like my image to be crisp. I don't need some RGB fuzz around things in the distance like I'm viewing it through a camera in the 1970s. Right, I don't need that. Right, sharpening, I have it at about 33. It seems to be a number that works well for me when I'm playing with the sharpening. No foam grain. I don't bother with foam grain. Depth of field off. I don't like that. Depth of field anti-aliasing, you want to keep that on though. Don't turn that off. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but because you're not using depth of field, but I'm telling you that if you turn that off, your cutscenes, because that does use depth of field, it doesn't turn off in the cutscenes. Your cutscenes will be ugly as hell in the background if you turn that off. So keep that on, but turn the depth of field off if like me you don't like it. Right, graphics quality. We're going into custom now. Texture pool. I'm brave. I've got it set at supreme. Theoretically, you should have it set to very ultra. But I don't want it to be set to, as you can see here, the game screams and shouts at me. But it seems to be okay in the jungle. It seems to be okay in the Vatigan. So mileage may vary, I suppose. But I'm brave in it. It does use almost all the 12 gigabytes of my memory though, so mileage may vary. The only difference I've really seen is that the one place where I have seen major limitations, and no, I'm not talking about Indy's hair changing color. I mean that in the shadows of like Indy's glasses and stuff, that I don't know whether that's a limitation on my card, on the on the RT cores of the card or whatever, because obviously this game is RTing anyway regardless, but I use a supreme texture pool because why not? I know the game shouts at me about it, but why not? Anyways, shadow quality on high. It's obviously keeping that VRAM trim as well, but to be fair, the shadow draw I know I can extend it, but again, I'm trying to keep that decent frame rate, and I don't mind a little bit of shadow popping if the game looks as good as it does. So I have the decal rendering distance at ultra, so that everything just looks awesome. Global illuminations, I have that at medium. Don't really see much of a problem at that, like as you will see. My reflections quality, I have them on at ultra. Motion blur quality on low. I have motion blur turned off anyway, so I always turn that as low as possible. No point even creating it if you're not rendering it, is there? Right, water quality on ultra, volumetrics on medium, hair quality at high because it doesn't seem to make any real impact, maybe on VRAM, so maybe you can trim it there. Those that are having to use, like, say, a 3080 with a 10 gig card, if you bring your texture pool down to about high, you're probably going to be okay. I think with the texture pool on very ultra, or even ultra, because the texture pool on ultra is about 700 in the jungle, just over 10 gig in the jungle, 10.6, 10.7. So you might be okay if you drop that texture pool down a bit, but I've just found that it does improve things a little bit. I have the anisotropic filtering quality, the texture anisotropic filtering quality on ultra. Like I said, I'm trying to keep everything as best I can. Obviously the path tracing off. Vegetation animation quality, I have that on high. The DLSS quality, we are at 1440p on a 3060, give me a break. And the DLSS ray reconstruction, I have that on. Now I don't remember whether that's on by default, but if it's not, I'm guessing the way I put it on was by turning the path tracing on and then individually turning it off until it was off, and that came on and stayed on. But I'm guessing that probably stays on because you can't really change it, and I don't think it has any impact unless the path tracing's on anyway, or you're on a card that makes a difference. But I have that on just in case. And yeah, I don't really adjust anything else really. Like that is the whole settings. So should we have a look at it in game? We'll start this first bit, and then yeah, we'll see how it gets on, shall we? Right, okay guys, we'll start counting the FPS. As always, the one directly under the FPS is the average, and the one on the right is the 1% lows. Is that so? Really? So, as you can see, I'm aiming for above 60s, but I mean, look at that looks awesome, doesn't it? Right, I know there's no path tracing on, but I'd like to also point out that it's not just... Sorry, that was doing my head in. Yeah, there's a case in the background, like, oh, I have not been looking where I've been walking. Jesus. Get a chance to see these guys walking in through the bushes, though. Right? The thing is, yeah... This is a 3060 at 1440p. 60 plus. I mean, admittedly, right, my overclock is probably helping a little. There's maybe 5 FPS in it, but I would happily play this game with 55 FPS. It's not the worst in the world. But the fact that all the cutscenes are at 60 FPS, and I've seen it can be a little bit jarring jumping down from like 100 odd to 60. Whereas this just looks awesome. We are using the majority of the memory here. Let me turn this down a little in my ears so that I'm not shouting. We are using the majority of the memory here. As you can see, we're dropping down into the 50s in this bit. There is a couple of spots that will really, really drop, and we'll see that soon in this first bit. I just want to get through this bit, get to the college, the university, so we can have a look at those glasses so I can explain that bit, which I think, to be fair, is more of a limitation to the GPU rather than the game. I don't know. Please feel free to drop down in the comments down below if you've got a higher card than this, and you're also getting that issue. But I'll explain that when we get to it.
Poison is still fresh 3 days.
But this game looks freaking awesome. I mean, again, guys, again,
If they knew we were here.
look how flat that frame time is. Look, have you seen it? This one. This one right here. Fucking. And yes, I'm using, what, 11 and a half gigs of my VRAM, because, you know. But the game did shout at me about doing that and told me I probably shouldn't. But, you gotta be in it to win it, haven't you? Oh, this game looks good, though. Like, look at these guys coming through here. All the butterflies floating around. The lens flares, all the light beams coming through the trees. You know, and again, 1440p. This is a clean experience. The 3060 is smashing it. So anyone that, yeah, okay, this game might be a little bit VRAM hungry, right? So these settings are not going to work for anyone who's got a 12 gig, under a 12 gigabyte card. And, you know, I might run into some issues later on in the game. Maybe there's some levels that are heavier on the VRAM than this one. But it seems to be okay. The GPU's pulling the majority of its wattage. And I might get occasionally voltage limited, but it tends to be around 160 odd watts in general. So I'm not even losing that much in the way of power. And for the GPU to be running at 2145, that's 250 megahertz above. It's where it's supposed to boost to. Right. I'm sure there's plenty of completionists that watch these videos and get super irritated. Oh, look at that. Right, get super irritated that people don't just like walk over and just, you know, collect the stuff. I'm not trying to ruin the exploration for you guys. It's just I'm so used to doing this now. And just like, I feel like being next to the water tests it, and then
alright, just a snake.
We know how Indy don't like his snakes. We'll go for a little bit of a swim. We're still just hovering at that 60 FPS. It's keeping a good solid 60, and you know what? 3060 at 1440p. Yeah, okay, I'm using DLSS quality, but I don't think it's really that noticeable.
Needed a bath anyway.
If I'm honest.
The temple must be nearby. Not a vase or a pitcher.
It's not like I'm it's not like I'm using frame generation, so I'm not like creating fake frames. Oh, the game looks great though, doesn't it? I think this coming up here is like one of the highest spots, you know, like for low FPS. Yeah, here. I don't know why, but this spot right here. This spot right here is super intensive. Like if I look the other way, it's fine. But this, there's something about him being stood in there and all of this foliage and stuff that really, that is basically the very limits of how low I've seen the FPS in this game, which is why I'm recommending these settings. These are the settings that I'm going to play the game through with. I haven't played the game through yet. I've gone as far as the Vatigan so that I can do, you know, get some footage for this, and show you what I'm going to be playing the game with. Feel free to try these settings out and let me know how you get on. Let me know what you're trying them on, and let me know, you know.
He was good.
Let's let everybody know how well these settings play, and whether they're worth playing with whatever card you've got, you know. But damn, the game looks good, man. Right, as you can see, in the shadow of the glass of his glasses, there is a limitation. And I don't know whether it's something to do with the game. I don't know whether it's to do with it being my card. You don't have a problem with it in that glass there, that's in that shot glass. Just his glasses and other people's glasses. But it's like a spotted. Do you see that? Like a little spottedness to it. It's not the smoothest. It's not the best. That's the only real limitation I've seen whilst testing these settings. That's pretty much it. And me personally, I can live with that.
I wondered where you got to. What happened?
Where did he go?
Who?
Because this is basically about the VRAM usage, really. Like,
See any giant?
I caught someone breaking into the museum. He was tall.
we get to watch Indiana's hair change colour right before
Did you
our
see
eyes,
his face?
our very eyes. Yeah, he's a big bold bastard.
Dark skin. He spoke some form of Latin.
Latin. Well, that is a novelty.
Is it though? Is it though? In a college that specialises in archaeology and that, is Latin really that much of a novelty? I'm just curious, you know.
Is there anything missing?
Let's have a look.
I'm kind of guessing that pretty much everyone there uses Latin. Just saying. I mean, but before we leave, look at those beams, guys. The light beams look so fucking good on this game. Right, should we have a look at the Vatican? Right, I will say, guys, that in this particular little test, sort of jogging around the Vatican thing, I have been snooping around in their dig site and all sorts, so they are pretty somewhat sus to me, so I have to be a little bit careful. But as you can see on the VRAM, our RAM usage has stepped up to more sort of like 15 gig instead of the 13 that it was out of the jungle. But you know, the VRAM's there at 11.7. I just had a big stutter. I felt that, which is kind of strange because it doesn't really happen. I was just about to say, like, but we don't really get any stutters, and then just as I said that, it friggin' stuttered. Oh, sorry, my guy. So I've got to go over there.
Stay away from here.
But I've got to go over there. It's like, I best stay away from here, but I've got to go over there. But I can't like go round. Like, they're not going to let me just go in the garden, are they? Sealed. Sealed. Jesus. I don't know. I'm presuming there's something to do with getting up over here, but I think I need to be onto that roof first. I don't know. I'd love to know what that is down there. Ooh.
What's this?
Hello. It's always nice to find little secrets lying around the place, you know. I want to know what that is over there. I need to know now. These guys don't like me very much. Oh. My bad. Oh. Sorry! Look, you're shooting at me, what do you want me to do? Oh. I think they killed me. Maybe curiosity should, maybe the cat should stay at curiosity. We'll go mooching around in here, innit? Seems like a plan. Oops. Oh. I think I need to patch myself up. That fall hurt a little bit. That was nice. Just have a bit of scran. Yeah, nice. Nice. Right. Calmly climb up here in front of everybody. I'm sure no one will notice. Yeah, it's alright. It's usual. This is what the priests and stuff do around here, right? American priests. We're weird. All of us, we carry a whip. Bull whip. Every American priest. We've all got bull whips. Huh? I'm not sure this was the best idea that I've ever had. Let's get me spirits up. We're fucking around by the dig site. Oh no. Oh, die! Yeah. Right, I've took a picture of that one. Right. Suppose we're just gonna have to run around and take all these guys out. Not bad for a college professor. Well, this guy here is obviously the closest. Yeah, you're getting it as well, bro. Yeah. Sorry to say. I need a fresh stick. Oh, we're gonna have to do you, bro. I'm gonna have to do you. Sorry, my guy. But you brought it upon yourself. You should have just not looked in my direction and not done your job. If you'd not looked in my direction and done your job. Don't know what to tell you. I'll do with a weapon. Oh, what have we got here? Is there anything interesting? Nice. Nice. Oh shit, yeah. I was benchmarking. Just playing a game, you know. What am I supposed to do with that? I wonder. Oh. Why do I want to get on this roof? Ooh, there's a guitar. I've got to use a guitar as a weapon on there. Why else would you need to get up on this roof other than for that repair thing? You can't go anywhere. Let's at least kill someone with a guitar. You know? Finish off. Oh, nice. Dealt with him. So, yeah. Oh, money. Nice. Some more musical instrument warfare. Nice. It's down here then. The old scrubber. Nothing like the old scrubber down in the corner. Is there anything interesting in this dig? Because, I mean, these guys are fully protecting it. So, the question is why? Why are you protecting this dig? What are you expected to find, guys? D. Right, so there's D in here. I see no D. Dude, I'm just saying, yeah. Me and you got different ideas when it comes to D. But that's somewhat confusing because D and E are basically the same. G, it doesn't even look any different either. Like, why is this specifically a different dig? Ooh, repair kit. Ooh. Monies. Oh. I wasn't stealing.
Another time.
Don't know what you thought you've caught me doing. It wasn't stealing. I swear. Honest. I'm gonna get some fruit in me. Because I can stock it. Nice. Fresh stick. Or is that the fresh? I think this one's fresh. Can't go that way. Ooh. The emerald room. I need to patch myself up a little. Seems I can get some food in me here and get stocked. Do love me a croissant. Nice. Ooh.
Must be nice.
Go on, keep trying. This sounds cool. I didn't even know what I'm doing here. Oh? Were you supposed to do it in a certain order, maybe? There's only going to be so many combinations you can do, right? Oh, for tea. No. There is nothing. Am I supposed to know what these books are? I feel like I'm way ahead of where I'm supposed to be. I'm kind of snuck here. And there's got to be something. Rah, that's annoying. Alright guys, so whilst I could confuse myself and figure this out, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Try my settings. I'll list them in a pinned comment down below, as always. And again, I'll see you in the next one, guys. I love you. Bye.